This is Peter Collins with another sales tip for the professional salesperson. Over the years, I've been asked a lot about what most consider to be a relatively new subject, the subject of add-on selling. Yet what some consider to be pretty new, I first heard about add-on selling over 50 years ago, and I've been a real fan of it since. And I'd have to say that add-on selling has been one of my greatest contributors to my success as a salesman for over 50 years as well. And I'll reveal the reasons why I say that just after this break. Welcome back. The concept of add-on selling is not new to the professional salespeople I know. Even as far back as 40 years ago, General Electric Corporation wanted to increase its over-the-counter sales of Mazda lamps. Their marketing plan was to get retailers to ask everyone who stopped to look at the lamps to buy a carton of 8 bulbs. That was all. They just had to ask them to buy. The bottom line was 1 in 4 bought, and sales went up by 25% overnight. Now we've all heard about McDonald's. In fact, they're a worldwide phenomenon. But every time you go to McDonald's and order something, they'll ask you if you'd like fries. Now, the percentages of the sales increases are not available to the general public, but it must work because all of the other fast food chains have started using the same technique. I recently read where a photocopy sales company made it policy that every call made at which the prospect had not already bought, the agent was to return to the premises, represent the product and ask for the order. They tried it for just a month and sales increased by 25%. In fact, 1 in 4 actually bought because they were asked after the sale had already been previously completed, rejected or declined, and yet when asked again, 25% said, yes, I'll take the product. So if you ask for the order, there are only 2 things your prospect can do. They can buy or they can decline. But even when that happens, the prospect will realize how important the sale was to you, and because of this, they'll develop a greater respect for your ability and your professionalism. Now, I want to share a real benefit to the prospect. This is that big benefit I wanted to share, and it's simply this: do them a favor and sell them. You see, Selling a buyer makes difficult buyers realize their self-importance. In turn, as you sell them, they'll realize you've just done them a favor and now they owe you a favor in turn. And that's where you can ask for referrals. You see, closing the sale is the best way I know to get back at the difficult buyer, and it's worth it every minute spent getting that order, more so than most of the other orders I would pick up from other clients. The profession of selling is about communication. Those who are able to communicate are also aware of the power available to them through this one medium. Everything in life revolves around knowledge, and we all are aware of that time-worn phrase of knowledge is power. And in all reality, all manner of knowledge creates all manner of power. Yes, knowledge is power. So you need to learn to always use it wisely. Now, just stop and think for a moment about those who live in the third world. Much of what we take for granted as a basic part of our everyday lives to them is a luxury beyond many of their dreams. For that one reason, and many others just like it, that group of people need to be taught better and more cost-effective ways of digging wells, building water storage and treatment facilities, as well as constructing the network to provide the necessary water supplies to the villages. Those that have this knowledge have power. Likewise, in every part of our everyday lives, those that have other forms of knowledge also have power. Power is something others want for themselves, and power is not, as most of us tend to believe it to be, a form of manipulation or dominance or a control mechanism. No, each of those is a misuse of power. Having power simply means you have something that others want for themselves. Others want to be in the presence of those that are happy, kind, courteous, understanding and loving. They feel warmed by the person's presence. Others want to be in the presence of positive, enthusiastic, confident and creative people. And they want to be part of that and just like that. And others want to be in the presence of skilled, educated and knowledgeable experts in their field because they believe they can learn from them. Yet others want to be in the presence of the rich, the powerful and the successful because they believe some form of innovative secret may just rub off on them. And more, yes, others just want to be in the presence of people with a vibrant, effervescent and contagious personality because it makes them feel alive and be happy. Now the seller is one person who needs to develop a good deal of these qualities that I've just mentioned, and the more he or she has accomplished, the better their selling will become. However, the seller too has something the prospect wants. They have a product that will improve a lifestyle, enhance productivity, or increase profits, and that too is power. Power that should always be used wisely.